Hi everyone, this is going to be a brief video to show you how exactly we will take homeroom attendance if we would ever go remote. So a couple updates from our most recent conversation. This is going to have all that good information reflected in this video. So firstly, you are going to still create a Google Classroom for your homeroom. You're going to call it your name, homeroom, Google Classroom, make it look something very similar to this, something nice and simple. Within this homeroom, remember that you are going to change the settings so that the classwork on stream, you want to hide notifications. That way, the content that ends up being on in the classwork section stays in the classwork section, and what's on the stream is just announcements. So here's my announcement. Welcome back. Don't forget to complete the attendance form. That's all I'm going to have living right there. Within the classwork section, just to get the kids into the rhythm, we are going to create a topic called daily homeroom attendance. And so that topic is now going to live, probably the only topic I'm going to have in this particular Google Classroom, and it's going to live right here. The other thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to create a material and call it daily homeroom attendance form. And then this is the attendance form that I created. So I just color coded them so they kind of look similar to make my life a little bit easier. But I'm going to change some information. So I'm going to make sure I change my teacher name here. It has homeroom, Google Classroom, daily attendance. It is going to collect their email addresses, and we're also going to ask them to type in their email address. The reason being then when you use the spreadsheet, which I'll show you in just a moment, you're going to be able to see that their number here that they have for their email, as well as email that's collected. It's just a really quick glance way to make sure that those two things are the same, to make sure our kiddos are logging attendance for themselves and not for somebody else. Then they're going to type in their last name, their first name, a reminder that needs to be done by 9 a.m. every day. And once they check all of this in, then they have done their piece. So we are going to hit the send button, link, copy, and that's what's going to live here when we add a link. And we're going to add that link there so it can just kind of live here so we never have to think about it. Make sure that you change the topic to daily homeroom attendance so it all can all live together. And then we can post that link. So it just is going to live right here. Daily homeroom attendance form, Google form link right there. Very simple. No questions asked for the kiddos. That's what they're going to work through. On your side then, when you're looking at the responses, what I would recommend, because of course, this is going to be pretty quickly filled up, especially if you have 20, 25 kids in your homeroom every day. Within 2 weeks, we're going to have over 200 responses. So what you want to think about is using the sheet that attaches itself to this form to probably use that for attendance. So you're going to click this button, and that's going to let you create a brand new sheet that is entirely connected to this Google form, meaning every time you get a new response here, it will also populate here. So this is going to be an example of what I'm seeing. So the nice thing about this is that it's going to timestamp every time. So we're going to make sure they're in by 9 a.m. Again, they're going to enter their Gmail address, but it's also going to collect. So for example, here you see my Gmail address here and the one that I typed in do not match up. So that, that's another indicator that maybe I'm lying or maybe something's going on. So just a quick way for us to make sure that this is the person that it's supposed to be. After what I recommend, it's 9:15 on a Monday morning and your homeroom kiddos have checked in. I recommend that you take this information, however many options there are here, and you want to go through and just simply cut them. And I recommend creating a separate page of this sheet down here at the bottom. So this is the one that's going to be connected to the form. This is one that's going to be for you. To create one, you just hit this plus button. But I recommend that you take them every day and you just copy and oops, I'm sorry, I have to copy apparently. You're gonna be able to copy first and then you can go through and delete them just because you don't want to have too many. You just don't want to have too many. It's just going to become something that's going to be inundated. It's going to become too crazy. So you're going to copy, paste them over here, just have new ones at the bottom or the top. So you can always find them and go back if you need to. But then we can just go through and we can backspace it. We don't have to have that there anymore. So we still have it. We still have that information living somewhere, but we can get just our most current attendance on this particular sheet, and then all the old stuff can just kind of live here. And if we ever need to go back through and find evidence for whatever reason, it can still exist, but it doesn't become this giant cumbersome list. So that's going to be your concept. You are going to be able to create this Google Classroom. You are going to have just an announcement here. You are going to go into the classwork section, create this daily homeroom attendance piece. You're going to link that form right here for the kiddos. You're going to have your form, and I recommend that you have the spreadsheet that attaches to the form and just copying, pasting those previous responses every day over here, and then deleting them out on this page just to keep the page as clean and simple as possible. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much.